And the Oakland County School Board Association Committee is going to work with Oakland schools to develop an assessment tool also. Right now, the United Way of Southeast Michigan is sponsoring a 21-day equity challenge, and that's starting May 21st to June 18th. And there's an online registration. It's easy to find. You just go to United Way Southeastern Michigan Equity Challenge and sign up for it, and then they're going to have it's a weekday only challenge, and there's 5 virtual events, and they're all on Fridays from noon to 1 p.m. And May 21st, the launch is going to feature a performance by Detroit Children's Choir. And then each Friday, there's going to be a virtual discussion to participate in that. So I actually went and signed up for that, and I think that I want to talk with our school board about, once we get through our superintendent search and appointment, to look into this and see if we don't necessarily need to wait. One of the members of the committee said that, there's never a good time to launch something, and this is something that is ongoing, and it's the work that our school district's doing all the time. And especially, Dr. Goodrum came today from the diversity conference, and we're doing so much. Our school district, and listening to the conversations, I think that we're one of the leaders, I think, and as far as where we are. There's some school districts that haven't done anything, and we're doing a lot, but it's never too much. And so once we get through this, we'll have some conversations. But if anybody, some of our school board members participated in the 21-day challenge with the Oakland County School Board Association that we did in the spring. And so I would encourage our members to look into that, and even our community to look into that also. And that's it for right now on that. Any questions?
So I thank you for bringing that to our attention. I think you're right. I think that we're doing a lot in this space because we've said it's important to us. If it's important to us, as you've mentioned, we should perhaps take a look at that. I think that it would be great if we as a board considered, doing that 21-day equity challenge. So I know we're all really busy right now, but there's no reason for us to wait until October. So I would like for us to bring this back maybe in the June, July timeframe, and maybe over the summer we could each individually pick, what time works for us and commit to that challenge. I'm seeing kind of consensus across the board. I appreciate you bringing that to our attention, Mrs. Heinrich. Are there any other reports from board representatives? Trying to think. Nope. All right. We are at our next agenda item, which is item 12, recommendations for future agenda items. Are there any recommendations for future agenda items? Okay.
Well, I had the 21-day equity challenge.
Yes.
So if we put it on the agenda item.
My list of things to do is running out of room here, but I will add it. Okay. Thank you for that reminder. We will move on. Got it. We will move on to good and welfare. Is there any good and welfare?
I have a good and welfare.
Mrs. Fox.
Thank you very much. So I've had the privilege and the opportunity to support Wood Creek, some of the Wood Creek students as a mentor for their II.B curriculum. And I was able to support them and mentor them through their central idea, which is human action and discussion can impact the world in different ways. They had a research question that would be aligned to that topic, and the research question was, or is, how did Farmington Public Schools respond to the COVID? And these 4 or 5 students did a tremendous work with me. I will be going back on Fridays to continue with their IB research. I want to give a shout out to Annalise, Corey, Gabby, London, and McKaylin. Great work, youngsters. Great work, students.
Thank you, Mrs. Fox. Any more good and welfare? I see Mr. Rich and then Dr. Blau.
Thank you. Just very briefly, I was also able to take advantage of that mentorship opportunity and working with our students. They are currently in the process of their research projects, and so it's good to see what steps they were taking and help them try and narrow down exactly what they wanted to look into. As someone who went through the IB program, it's good to see that early stage of it and know what it leads to. And I am very excited to see what they will continue to do moving forward. I want to say we have two very special birthdays this week. Today is Miss Fox's birthday, so happy birthday. And we have Mr. Walker's birthday coming up this weekend. So hopefully everybody is able to celebrate in your own way, even in during this pandemic. Please, hopefully you have some time to take for yourself. I know for the both of you being new school board members that there is a lot of information that's been coming at you. You've both been working extremely hard, and that shows. We can see the effort and the impact that you've been making on all the stuff that you've been doing already. So please take some time to relax and enjoy your birthday, and please do so safely. And on that, everybody, as always, please stay safe out there, be kind to each other, and may the 4th be with you.
Yes. This is Dr. Blau.
I have several items for good and welfare. It is Teacher Appreciation Week, and there are two different ways to respond, I feel, when something unexpected happens. Some people respond with, because this happened, so because COVID happened, we can't and we couldn't do whatever. But our teachers and our administrators responded to COVID with an even though attitude. Even though COVID happened, we can and we have continued to provide our students with the best possible education we have been able to provide within, or despite, I should say, the limitations placed upon us by this pandemic. So hats off to all of our teachers. You have really been heroic in the ways that you have stood by your students and really come through for them throughout this year-long struggle that we've just come through. So thank you, teachers, very, very much. We really honor you. Also, Dr. Goodrum, congratulations to you and the Farmington Area IDEA Group for your phenomenal success with your conference. That's just very, very exciting. And I'm so, again, even though we are in this pandemic, you have still knocked it out of the park. So congratulations to you and the students. And two more quick things. We will be having our first community engagement opportunity on the 15th of May from 9:30 to 10:30 through the Beloved Community Initiative's Reverend John Burns Memorial Weekend Conference. And I can provide links and whatnot to send out. So it will just be an informal opportunity. Almost all of us, I think, are going to be able to be there. It'll be virtual, to just have an opportunity to get to know one another. We've read emails from a lot of our residents. We have heard their voices during public comment, but especially those of us who are new, we don't know what you look like. So we look forward to having a chance to put faces to names and voices and to just begin to get to know one another as fellow members of the Farmington community, Farmington Hills community. And Joe Green, congratulations again, both as a principal here in Farmington Public Schools, and he is also my cousin-in-law. So I'm extra proud and so happy for Joe with this accomplishment. So that's
Thank you, Dr. Blau. Mrs. Smith?
Just to piggyback on everyone's comments for teachers, our teachers have done a phenomenal job this year. They do a phenomenal job all year. But during this time, so many of the staff, have gone over and beyond. I've talked to several teachers. They have actually made their homes into classrooms by purchasing laptops and computers and so forth, and setting those alarms to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to get the lesson plans together and staying after to talk to students. Thank you. You are also our heroes as well as our first responders. You've done a great job. Also, again, thank you to Dr. Goodrum. She's been just a little bit humble about what she did today. But Dr. Goodrum, I have always had the utmost respect for you. But now it's even higher than I have ever, as a former employee of yours, and even as a friend, to see what you have done and what you have done with this DEI program. The T-shirts, the Skittles, the potato chips, the bags, and the books. I still think you had something to do with that special book that I got for you and Miss Weems, but it don't matter. I'm gonna still read it. But at the end of the day, the things that you have done and you have brought to this community, not only as our DEI person, but as our interim superintendent, I appreciate you so much. There's not enough words to say how much I appreciate you. Again, to Kim Buckley and Diane Bauman and to my colleagues who have become, I can say it, my family. You guys have been, don't make me cry because these lashes got to stay on now. But anyway, you guys are so amazing. You've taken on a lot by coming on in 5 months and dealing with, hiring a new superintendent and dealing with the pandemic and working with me. That's a challenge. But at the end of the day, I appreciate all 6 of you. I can't say enough of the support that you have given me. The support that you have given to this district, but and to Terry Weems, our principal, not a principal, but our principal soul of keeping us together as our glue. Thank you. Thank you for all that you have done to bring us together, to have us be cohesive, and being able to agree to disagree. And lastly, happy Mother's Day to each and every one of you. Zach, I know you're not a mother, but I'm wishing your mom the best and happy Mother's Day. And to you, Mr. Walker, I know you're not a mother either, but I wish your wife and your mom a happy Mother's Day as well. And everyone, have a safe week coming up. Stay safe. Hopefully cases are dropping. Get your vaccine, as we stated that we are doing vaccines here on Saturday. I'd like to see a line way around the corner. So get her done, as they would say. But thank you all, and thank all of you for your service and all of your support. And again, Dr. Goodrum, thank you. Thank you.
Mrs. Heinrich, yo, I forgot. Mrs. Heinrich.
Yes, I mean, I don't think that we can thank our teachers enough. I just have such great respect for the work that our staff has done this year as a community. And during Teacher Appreciation, I think we need to say thank you to the parents, because parents, you didn't realize that you had to be teachers this year in addition to parents. And so I think that we need to recognize the parents that have had to pivot so many times and are facilitating their children's learning at home, are sacrificing their careers, their work time, their family time. They're making things work in the home. Even our elementary students are in school 5 days a week, but they're also virtual 5 days a week, and that is supported by parents. And I think that we need to recognize you as far as teacher appreciation also, in addition to our teachers. And it's just a teacher and somebody can never hear thank you too many times. So we really do appreciate you.
Yeah. Mr. Walker.
So let's just make this unanimous and allow me to also offer my thanks to all of our teachers, all of our staff. Education is not just a one-person job, it's a team job, and our teachers have led that throughout this entire process. And I think what COVID has underscored is the importance of teaching, the difficulty and the challenges that come along with teaching, the fortitude of our teachers, the intelligence and the prowess of our teachers, to say the least, and the influence of our teachers as well. And for myself, when I think about our teachers, especially because I also work in a school district as well, and I see that impact on a daily basis, I can think back to almost every pivotal milestone in my life. There was a teacher in that moment, whether it was in high school or in the post-secondary or college. There was a teacher who impacted me in some kind of way, and we know our teachers are doing that with all of our students on a regular basis. So to all of our teachers, to all of our staff, to all of our administrators, to our leader, Dr. Goodrum, to everybody who has had an impact on our students, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you again. Because as my colleagues have said, we can't say thank you enough.
Thank you all. I actually really enjoyed this evening's Good and Welfare. I want to echo everything that my colleagues said, and I'll try not to repeat, but I do have to personally give a huge thank you to our teachers. We have a lot of representation on our board, right? We've got teachers and educators on our board, so I know how much this board really appreciates our teachers and educators. I also recognize that, Farmington Public Schools in particular have had a really unique and eventful year. In addition to the pandemic, there has been a ton of things that have gone on, some not so great, but through it all, our kids have been a focus, and I appreciate so much our teachers for that. I also had the opportunity to mentor some students at Wood Creek, and I can see that our students are learning. I was really impressed, was really happy to be engaged with them. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate all the things that our teachers are doing. I also wanted to echo the appreciation for our parents who are also acting as teachers. I think that's an excellent point, Mrs. Heinrich. And I want to acknowledge our mothers as well as we move into Mother's Day, whether you are a mom or a grandmother or a godmother or a mom figure or a single dad acting as a mom. We appreciate you very much. And then finally, well, two things. I'm very happy about the vaccinations happening here at North. Thank you. This is great. I really appreciate that and really looking forward to our young people getting vaccinated. But I also wanted to highlight and say thank you and congratulations to Joe Green, but also recognize Farmington High School. In addition to North Farmington being recognized for its principal, Farmington High School earned high school national and metro area rankings in the 2021 Best High Schools, which U.S. News released last week. By earning a national
Great.
ranking, Farmington High School achieved status as a U.S. News Best High School and gained
Wow.
eligibility to display a U.S. News trademarked 2021 Best High School Award and badge. So congratulations to
Wonderful.
Farmington High School. And I think that ends good and welfare unless anyone has any further comments.
I have a question. Is any help needed on Saturday with the vaccinations?
No.
Okay.
We are coordinated with the police department and things of that nature. If something comes up, I'll let you know.
Let me know.
Mrs. Smith?
I'd like the community to keep someone really close and dear to a lot of our hearts, one of our principals, Mr. Archer. Just keep him in your prayers and keep Warner in your prayers and support that staff right now. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Smith. If that ends good and welfare, we are now adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Hold on, I'm sorry. We do have a quick thing. I just want to make sure Moderna is still currently 18 and up. I just want to make sure
Not
that
16 and up.
that's my understanding. We have someone from Oakland County's Health Division who just put that in the chat, so I wanted to make sure that we double check that, and then we will be sending out more information.
Okay, thank you. And that is true. I know that only Pfizer is approved, but Moderna is what we are scheduled to do.
Okay,
So I'll make sure our communication is consistent.
great, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Grubman. I think it was originally Pfizer. They may have changed it in order to make sure that 16 and up were able to do it.
The Free Press had 2 dates in the paper.
Pardon?
The Free Press had 2 dates in the paper, and you just talked about one.
I'm sure Dr. Grubman
Yeah,
will check it.
the
She
two
said
dates
the
were
2 dates.
because there's a first dose and a second dose. Like, if you're getting the first dose through us, we would expect you to get the second dose through
Oh,
us. So if you
for some
you-
reason, the article I read is they were having the 2-dose one, and then they were having the Johnson & Johnson clinic.
That's what I heard.
I read in
also.
the article in the Free Press, they were having
That is
2
it?
clinics at Farmington High School.
I'm not
And one of them
entirely
was
sure,
the
but we should
Moderna,
Yeah.
wrap and get
So-
get it.
so-
one of them was the Johnson & Johnson.
We'll have Dr. Goodwin look into it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll send clarification.
Thank you all. We are now officially adjourned.